Hi, I'm Moonchildlexi and I am here with you. Today is day 24 on a collective journey of transformation through the medium of short stories. Thank you for being here and know that on this path of life, you're not alone. The card that I pulled for today is a number 35 with the focus on mastery of moods. 3, that numerology number, has that energy, just like we had yesterday, of creation, is where I'm landing. Creation. And 5 can be seen as an energy that produces change. And I've like how the shape of the 5 with the rocker or like a belly. Remember, we're birthing creations. We're creating change in our life through these stories. And when we reduce 3 and 5, we get an 8. So this today's message carries that frequency of creating change that is like with the 8, I'm thinking infinity. So a everlasting change that is eternal. This is a timeless message. So this is eternal energy we're tapping into, non-denominational, all faiths, human conditions. Doesn't matter what your background is, the types of elements and paradigms that are being shared here through lenses of this is primarily a Zen Buddhist approach, but this is universal, my friends. Now, to zoom in on the image here, we show the same individual but in 2 different states. On one side, they're in red, arms extended. They're grounded in a joy and beauty as roses are falling over them. And right next to them is another state, showing the many polarizing events that one may go through in their life, shielding from the arrows being flung at them. And we have a ring, a giant ring in the center, and the banner says, "This too shall pass." It's one of my favorite phrases to say. It's a message that, as I began my channeling abilities, is what would come through. It's what I would hear the most from the angels in my moments of desperation. Once I've sat there and ruminated forever, I would hear, "This too shall pass. This sadness won't last forever." Even the joy will not last forever. So be aware of that. This is a longer story today, so I'm going to jump in now. No, without further ado, delay. To think that I am the mind is unawareness. To know that mind is only a mechanism just as the body is. To know that the mind is separate. The night comes, the morning comes. You don't get identified with the night. You don't say, "I am night." You don't say, "I am morning." The night comes. The morning comes. The day comes. Again, the night comes and the wheel goes on moving. But you remain alert that you are not these things. The same is the case with the mind. Anger comes, but you forget. You become greed, or you become anger. Greed comes and you forget, and you become greed. Hate comes and you forget, and you become hate. This is unawareness. Awareness is watching that the mind is full of greed, full of anger, full of hate, or full of lust, and you are simply a watcher. You are the watcher. You are more like the watcher. Then you see greed arising, become a great dark cloud, and then it disappears, and you remain untouched. How long can it remain? Your anger is momentary, your greed is momentary, your lust is momentary. Just watch a little and you will be surprised. It comes and it goes, and you remain there unaffected, cool, calm. This is a story of the mastery of moods. The secret of the ring. The most basic thing to remember is that when you are feeling good, in a mood of ecstasy, don't start thinking that it is going to be your permanent state. Live the moment as joyfully, as cheerfully as possible, knowing perfectly well that it has come and it will go. Just like a breeze comes in your house with all its fragrance and freshness and goes out from the other door. This is the most fundamental thing. If you start thinking in terms of making your ecstatic moments permanent, you have already started destroying them. This is where we start to cling and self-sabotage. Even if you've gone to a point and you're manifesting a relationship, a job, a reality, a moment, be present in it. In a flash, things could change. When they come, be grateful. When they leave, be thankful to existence. Remain open. It will happen many times. Don't be judgmental. Don't be a chooser. Remain choiceless. Yes, there will be moments when you will be miserable. So what? There are people who are miserable and who have not even known a single moment of ecstasy. You are fortunate. Even in your misery, remember that it is not going to be permanent. It will also pass away. So don't get too much disturbed by it. Remain at ease. Just like day and night, there are moments of joy and there are moments of sadness. Accept them as part of the duality of nature, as the very way things are. And you are simply a watcher. You are the watcher. Be the watchman at the gate of your unconscious mind. When you are consciously awake, pay attention, because we're constantly bombarded with information, with visual cues, with audio cues, with AI, with commercials, with bam, bam, bam in your face. And your attention is your true currency. Where you are directing your energy, how you choose to allow access into your inner mind is the role you're being called to stand in. Practice being your watcher at the gate of the peace within you that is the creator. You must guard this. Right now, it's being infiltrated. It's being bombarded because we're not even consciously observing is a place to start allowing you to become a watcher. Observation. Back to the story. The watcher. One thing remains and is always there. The one who witnesses, slowly, slowly get more and more centered into the watcher. Days will come and nights will come. Lives will come. Deaths will come. Success will come. Failure will come. But if you are centered in the watcher, because that is the only reality in you, everything is a passing phenomena. Just for a moment, try to feel what I'm saying. Just be a watcher in this moment. You're watching this video. What else are you doing? Can you step imaginatively outside of yourself and see yourself holding the phone right now? or the device that you're engaging this on, and just see, what is your posture? What is your facial expressions? What is the internal currents? No judgment, no trying to change it. Just witness it. The changing comes later, if you desire. But for now, know thyself. What are you doing? Who is that watcher in you? Do not cling to any moment because it is beautiful, and do not push any moment because it is miserable. Stop doing that. That is what you have been doing for lives. You have not been successful yet, and you will never be successful ever. The only way to go beyond, to remain beyond, is to find a place where you can watch all these changing phenomena without getting identified. I will tell you an ancient Sufi story. A king asked his wise men in the court, I am making a very beautiful ring for myself. I have got one of the best diamonds possible. I want to keep hidden inside the ring some message that may be helpful to me at a time of utter despair. It has to be very small so that I can be hidden underneath the diamond in the ring. They were all wise men. They were all great scholars. They could have written great treatises, but to give him a message of not more than 2 or 3 words which would help him in moments of utter despair, they thought. They looked into their books, but they could not find anything. The king had an old servant who was almost like his father. He has been his father's servant. The king's mother had died early, and the servant had taken care of him, so he was not treated like a servant. The king had immense respect for him. The old man said, I am not a wise man, knowledgeable, scholarly, but I know the message. Because there is only one message, and these people cannot give it to you. It can be given only by a mystic, by a man who has realized himself. In my long life in the palace, I have come across all kinds of people, and once a mystic. He had also been a guest of your father, and I was put into his service. When he was departing, as a gesture of thankfulness for all the services, he gave me this message and wrote it on a small piece of paper, folded it, and told the king, don't read it, just keep it hidden in the ring. Only open it when everything else has failed, when there is no way out. And that time came soon. The country was invaded, and the king lost his kingdom. He was running away on his horse just to save his life, and the enemy horses were following him. He was alone, and there were many. And he came to a place where the path stopped, came to a dead end. There was a cliff and a deep valley. To fall into it was to be finished. He could not go back. The enemy was there, and he could hear the sounds of the hooves and the horses. He could not go forward, and there was no other way. Suddenly, he remembered the ring. He opened it and took out the paper, and there was a small message of tremendous value. It said simply, this too will pass. A great silence came over him as he read the sentence, this too shall pass. And it passed. Everything passes away. Nothing remains in this world. The enemies who were following him must have got lost in the forest, must have moved on the wrong way. The hooves slowly were not heard anymore. The king was immensely grateful to the servant and the unknown mystic. Those words proved miraculous. He folded the paper, put it back into the ring, gathered his armies again, and conquered his kingdom back. And the day he was entering his capital, victorious, there was a great celebration all over the capital. Music, dance, and he was feeling very proud of himself. The old man was walking by the side of his chariot, and he said, this time is also right. Look again at the message. The king said, what do you mean? Now I am victorious. People are celebrating. I am not in despair. I am not in a situation where there is no way out. The old man said, listen, this is what the saint has said to me. The message is not only for despair, it is also for pleasure. There is not only for when you are defeated, it is for when you are victorious. Not only when you are last, but also when you are first. And the king opened the ring read the message, "This too shall pass." And suddenly, the same peace, the same silence amidst the crowds, jubilating, celebrating, dancing. But the pride and the ego was gone. Everything passes away. He asked his old servant to come on the chariot and sit with him. He asked, "Is there anything more?" Everything passes away. Your message has been immensely helpful. The old man said. The third thing the saint said, remember, everything passes. Only you remain. You remain forever as the witness. And your witness experience is what it becomes a part of the book of life, of the Akashic records, that yes, your soul can tap into, but all of existence, all of God, the kingdom of the story is written. Everything passes and you remain. You are the reality. Everything else is just a dream. Beautiful dreams are there. Nightmares are there. But it does not matter whether it is a beautiful dream or a nightmare. What matters is the one who is seeing the dream. The seer is the only reality. You are the seer. You are the witness. You are the creator and you are the creation. And until next time.